Somebody might ask, why should we even be talking about this? What is the importance of talking about African identity crisis? Now, of course, we are talking about the question of identity, and I find it to be very important. Now, I don't know if we could say this is the idea of identity, or maybe the way that we see identity in African context. Of course, I'm putting the whole of Africa in question now, but we could use some example like we did with the case of the Fulani and some maybe other cultures in Africa. What does identity really mean to us? Let's start from there.
Ours is a spiritually based culture. The Congo people in the civil initiatory school, the greatest of which was the Lemba School, the Lemba School was the greatest school, the greatest human. So in that school, they used to teach that the original human being, which is the true human being, was both male and female. Now, since the time of ancient Egypt and Sumer, which belong culturally to Africa, the conjunction of the male and the female means a divine being. It means the fullness of the Most High expressed. So according to this description, the true identity of the Muntu was perceived by the Congo people as being the complete expression of the fullness of the divine. Man is a mortal God, like the gods of the ancestors are immortal human beings.
Now we are talking about the African identity crisis, or the identity crisis among African people. Somebody might ask, why should we even be talking about this? What is the importance of talking about African identity crisis? What do you have to say about that?
The main reason is an epistemological reason. When the white people came to Africa, we had our epistemic paradigm in which we were perceiving reality as being spiritual. In that paradigm, as I said about the Fulani, the human being was perceived not as a corporeal, limited person, but as a sociable consciousness, an individual loving consciousness, caring for himself, caring for his environment, and caring for his neighbor. So the West brought a materialistic perception of reality, which is trying to put the Black people in a cage, the cage which is the belief that reality is matter. This limitation implies living in individuality, that is individualism, not caring for other people, not being so careful about environment, putting one interest above the interests of other people, even trampling on the interests of other people for the sake of one's interest. And all these epistemological configuration, limited configuration, lead naturally to a crisis of identity. being mistaught has the need for him to be shown again who